Right, hello. I mean, we are going to get straight into this game, all these games, because, yeah, I don't have that much time. I'm doing this on my... But we'll get through, we'll go through the games, we'll get them, you know, posted, and later on we're going to have some more great games for everyone to come and have a gander at, have a little watch of. So we are doing Niflheim versus League of Pokemon right now, and then later on today you should get Fuji Assassins versus NSG Niflheim, and also um, get time to watch. You know what? No, it's not time to watch. You know what? I gotta get through all of the previous series first, so it'll be quite a while. Um, we've also
Hello.
got hello. This is not the one you're thinking of. This is watching yourself. Would you like to watch yourself?
Yes. Yes, I
You
would.
would like to watch yourself. Okay,
Yes, I
great.
would. Let's go.
Okay, well,
Bastards.
Niflheim versus League of Pokemon. I'll load up game one, ready to go. Um,
Lord, should you say?
and this should be very interesting, you know. You can give us a play-by-play of your amazing AD carry skills. Um, let me just share my screen with you so you can see what's going on.
Oh my lord. Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay, so quick rundown of what we have. Um, if give me a second to try and set up stuff. Do we know when the Null 8 versus TFL series is going to be watched? No, we don't. Probably not today. Um, Today is mostly going to be catching up on the games that were played before Tuesday, before the patch came down. It will most likely be sometime tomorrow or over the weekend when NFL TFL versus Null 8 gets streamed. Also, I don't know if anyone sent us the VODs for that yet. Make sure you do send the VODs in. Yeah,
Yeah.
over to our game screen. So on blue side we have Niflheim. SSD in the top lane has the set. Lekka has Diana in the jungle, comboed with the classic combo of Yasuo mid for Jovi. I'm Your Joy has his Jinx and Tech Tech hit kill. We'll just call him Tech. Tech has the fresh. Meanwhile, on the other side for LPM, we've got that Ornn in the top lane for Loza, recently moved to the top lane. So still learning the role. Should be interesting to see how that goes. Hampy is in the jungle with the Jarvan. We've got Kaido mid with some Vigar. Our own lovely Atomica is playing Moonboy as AD carry.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
And we have Buffalo Goose returning on support position as Karma. And let's get straight into the game. So, I mean, I think if we look at the standings at the moment, there's not a clear divide between these teams. Although LPM is rated probably one of the lower teams in terms of overall strength rank, whereas Niflheim is towards the top of the strength ranks. So we would expect Niflheim to be stronger, but it will be quite interesting to see when the two teams go up, which one actually does come out ahead.
Yeah, and there's a classic invade going on here by
Oh,
NSG.
and
As Atomica may actually get quite hit. The flay had actually been started, and it's a good mantra Q by Buffalo Goose. It's going to
Ignite.
allow Atomica to escape without burning the flash, but the ignite used by Tactical, that can actually lead to, well, one summoner spell being down. It's a summoner spell disadvantage, no matter what summoner spell it is, really.
Yep, we'll have to see whether that makes a difference. It has caused Atomica to burn a pot. I should add you to the casters, actually. That would make sense.
Yes, there is a random voice.
Yes, this is just my second voice, you know.
Yeah. Managing to somehow commentate two things at once. um,
Exactly.
yeah, and actually, as you see, the ward has actually been dropped there by NSG Niflheim, so they do know that Hampy is starting on this blue side, and that means that he will be packing up towards the top side. They also did drop another ward on those Raptors, so they just have complete knowledge.
Yeah,
of
they'll,
where Hampy is going to pass.
they'll know when he passes over. Of course, Happy still could go for an early gank towards the bottom, try and what's that 3v2 or something. But with Atomica on lower health, maybe not the best advised. SSD there showing that he does not know that Ornn's W makes him unstoppable. But
Yeah.
Loza didn't go in for the auto attack afterwards, so passive not being used either. Maybe both of these players not too knowledgeable on this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Inexperience you can see there. Wasn't not going in for the on
Ooh,
passive.
Tech does
That's
hit
a
that.
fantastic hook. That was really thinning it through the wave, but Atomica trading back decently well. Buffalo Goose is down to a quarter HP. Is forced to burn both potions to bring himself back up into the lane as Atomica burns through another potion. So even though Atomica started with the long sword and 3 pots, having to burn through them in an extremely early fashion is not what you want with this start.
Definitely not. He is up on CS right now. It's making me sad whenever it goes to top lane and Loz is using the W and then not following up with the auto attack. That's so much of her damage that's just being wasted. Ooh,
Yeah,
but
as Hampy is
gank on mid.
looking here for Joby as he manages to E through. There's the wind wall just denying everything. So there's the EQ, the W in, forcing out the flash from Yasuo. And this Yasuo now, you know, it's automatic. I think considering it's Vigar and Vigar is quite weak in the early game, especially only with
Oh,
Corrupting Potion.
she cancelled the auto. Oh, Loz is in a lot of trouble here, tanking up that minion
Yeah,
wave.
and dead. Pulled back in, had no unstoppable on the W, had used it to try and get a little bit of extra damage down, but SSD recognizing that without that unstoppable, she can be dragged back, and the Ornn falls. So
Ooh,
there's
flash
the
in.
flash lantern, forcing out the double flash from the LPM bot lane as Atomica only gets hit by the zap, did manage to dodge the hook and walks back into the flame chompers. That's a little bit of extra damage, but yeah.
Yes, slight lead right now, mostly from that first blood. For the side of Niflheim, that's what we kind of expect to see. The main difference here, I'd say, between the two teams right now is Jovi with that big CS lead in the mid lane. Uh, somewhat unfortunate for LPM that they are having this struggle in the mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is just the case of the Vigar does scale into the game. I feel that is come through. Yasuo can really be abusive to this Vigar. Vigar does have the cage for self peel, but it has to be used in such a way that it can really help with those trades. If Vigar wastes the cage, that is practically a free kill for the Yasuo. So yeah, the mid lane is a little bit of an unfortunate situation at the moment. It has bounced back in as well, so this could give Kaido the base that he needs.
Yep, just make sure that wave gets close to the tower and then back off.
Yeah, no, there's the
Ooh,
cage, and Hampy is coming in. There's the wind wall, the lantern. It's going to be used, but Hampy
Ampy chose
a
not to
little,
go for the flag drag there.
yeah, probably thinking that the wind wall would stop his
That's
E. No, it doesn't.
it does not stop the E, it does not stop the Q as far as I'm aware. Um,
So an interesting decision not to commit there, but probably thought as well with Vigar on low mana or hardly any mana that it was not the best idea to go in without that sufficient damage source. There's
Predator
the
used.
Predator. The Wind Wall is going to deny the Q, and there is the level 6 for Kaido. He has no mana. Jovi choosing not to use the last breath, though, despite that probably could have been a kill with Ignite.
Yeah,
Um,
both mid laners here, not really that trusting their own.
sure.
Something I have noticed about Kaido so far is he's putting the cage down so that every time Jovi is in the center of the cage. Actually, not the best way to do it. You kind of want to try and catch your opposing mid laner immediately in the cage wall, but there's a fight up
Oh,
top.
that was well played by SSD, waiting for Loza to try and use the E to escape to bring the slam dunk back. But not going to lead to a kill, just going to lead to a more healthy trade for the set, as Hampy now 1 level down on Lekka, and Lekka is just going to back off away from this The Swift Herald, the LPM bot lane, did have the first move as Loza using the E forward. There's the W,
Auto and
not going to
Loza.
utilize the passive for the extra damage, and that is more true damage for Set going down, and Loza's being forced to recall, or
Okay,
should be, as there's the Hex Flash over the wall from Tactical. There is action all over the place as Buffalo Goose is probably just
could
going to
be
get
in a lot of
caught.
trouble.
Yeah, he is just going to die.
No
Tomica not even
flash.
going to use the heal, even though the heal probably could have helped a little bit there, but
I think he was dead either way.
yeah.
Maybe a very early heal with the move speed might have helped Buffalo Goose get out of range of the hook, but as soon as the hook hit, that was it.
Yeah, and heading out. There's the cage going down again. Said that's how he's probably looking to use it. There's the E, but not onto any terrain. There's the drag back for
Oh,
SSD's
SSD's going for it.
going to use it. Oh, the W flash not enough to kill off Lossa. Lossa managing to stay alive just on a sliver of HP and has to base now. There is no reason really. I mean, I know it will make her fall further and further behind, but she has to base. She can't stay on that HP.
She doesn't have
And
TP either. It's
it's
a
very,
really
very
bad time after back. She could have tried to build an item, maybe? No gold.
yeah, no gold. Just being denied so much in this bot lane as I'm Your Joy and Tactical pick themselves up a plating in this bot side. Um, but
Big
you
gold
see,
swing now.
and honestly, the big goal swing obviously coming from those two kills, but the farm Kaido has managed to catch up on, despite the fact he was what was it? Was it like 12 CS down? On Jovi in the mid lane.
Yeah,
So
he was somewhere between 10 and 20 CS down. Bot lane, also, I'm Your Joy managing to catch up a bit with those few ganks. There's only 7 down now, with those 4 minions going in, realistically, about 5 CS down. And the assist will mostly make up for that. I mean, I have some ways that LPM can very quickly improve how this game goes. For one, I want Loza to start auto-attacking when she gets that brittle passive on the enemy. Um, there's only like one matchup or something where you might not want to auto attack. That would be into Fiora because she can actually riposte it. Oh, that was a nicely
oh,
placed.
that was just beautiful, wasn't it? Beautiful cage, and there is the ult. Well, the
You can't
cataclysm
flash the
also.
Cataclysm.
I mean, he did wait very well. He did wait until the walls came up to flash, but you can't flash an auto attack. Since that auto attack goes off, as long as it doesn't get cancelled, you can't flash it. And Hampy picking up the kill in the mid lane, and as you said, Kaido, you want to see him start using those cages more effectively. And that was an effective use of the cage, forcing out.
But did she?
Questionable flash.
Yeah, I don't feel like she was dead either way. Set couldn't get behind her, so if he did decide to ult, she would be within her own tower. Mostly, mostly okay. Oh, another hook in the bot lane.
Yeah,
Oh
utilizing
no.
and Buffalo Goose flashing into the chop.
Atomica.
Atomica is going off, looking for the kill, but the flashes forward can't confirm that kill. Probably would have been better to utilize the ultimate with the red gun rather than the blue, rather than the white. Sorry, I can't see color. But
There's
yeah,
a bot lane gank. Double knock up.
This could be the kill in the top side, and there's the big true damage from the set, but he's just going to walk back to his tower. I think a big level difference helping out there, SSD, just the base health. And, but,
so,
rather than, oh god.
ooh, I actually traded mid lane. I was going to say, that bot lane trade Joy actually misplayed a little bit as well. Using the ultimate there wasn't really needed for the kill, and locked him in place on the Jinx. So, kill in the mid lane.
Just ran down Jovi.
Solo bowler.
It was indeed a solo bowler. Vigar just deciding that Yasuo.
Oh, the flash.
But the flash for Lekka Bezig is going to potentially confirm this kill, and it will. Kaido, no flash, no anything to help him escape, and the 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane, but it was a solo kill to the Vigar, and that's going to help stack up that passive.
So yeah, the Jinx ulting there, locks are in place, locks where that ult is going to go. The fact Atomica flashed straight forwards means that it works out. But if Atomica had flashed slightly to either side, that guarantees the Jinx dies before the Aphelios does. So a bit of a misplay really deciding to just flash a little bit and then use the ult. Would have been better off just keep using the rocket gun with the superior range to try and finish off that kill.
As we see, Tesco and Lekka Bezig are going to try and engage onto Buffalo Goose. There's the Lantern in. And Atomica got to try and deal loads of damage, but Buffalo Goose is on their side, and just no one is focusing the Jinx. And this is perfect focus from NSG Niflheim. They just get the double kill, and could it be a triple kill for I'm Your Joy? He does manage to land the auto attack and rocket. It is, and this Jinx now.
Will the excitement save the Jinx?
Maybe, but the cage has gone down. There's no real way for him to go. Kaido just auto-attacking down this Jinx, waiting for the key to come back up, and there's the shutdown. Vigar picking up the shutdown, but a triple kill over to the Jinx, and that's, well, if you're an LPM fan, that is not what you want to see at all.
No, definitely not. Of course, you know, a few more misplays in that fight that could have been done a little better. Ampy with the Cataclysm could have used it earlier to lock in the Diana and the Thresh, stop them running down the Karma. The fact Buffalo Goose got caught going towards the river rather than his own tower, standing behind the AD carry and the Jarvan, was a bit of a misplay. Another hook.
Yeah,
Actually going in, but this isn't where Tactical wants to be.
But Tom just decided to almost run down Chovy there. It's got to potentially pick up the kill, and will pick up the kill. Nice use of the Gravitum route.
Oh, Kaido!
Kaido just decided to flash in.
What an absolute alpha play! Runs into tower, starts tanking it. Ult used. Oh no.
But it's losses all. We laugh, but it's losses all over the map for LPM. Absolute Giga Chad alpha gameplay, flashing forward under the tower, deciding that Jovi does not deserve life, ulting him, but then dying for his choices, and also bringing Buffalo Goose to the death realm as well, giving this Diana an even further lead over Hampy and the Jarvan, and just helping this Diana really steamroll.
So
this game as the double TP came in there. You saw the double DP as Kaido managed to complete his, but Loza losing hers.
The main things you really want to look at for how well LPM are in this game are you look at the items on the Vigar, and you look at the items on the Aphelios. Aphelios really needs those two items to start coming online. And the other big thing is you look at the level of the Ornn. Now, Ornn is down on XP because of the few... is quite far down on XP, which is really bad. Because those Ornn items are massive. You basically just remember that every level past, I think it's 13, is like 1,000 extra gold for your team. Which they're not going to be getting for a lot longer now.
Absolutely, as the hook just falls short of Atomica by Tactical, but NSG are going onto the Drake. LPM now looking for a way on as Tactical just flashing forward. There's the
Ampy going in.
Yeah, going in, but he's all alone.
Oh, that's a free man.
Big divide, but the Diana free man moonfall or whatever you want. Atomic is just trying to kite this one out. Can't do anything, and 4 kills over to NSG plus the Drake, and it's it's not going very well for LPM in these fights.
No, it was an interesting time to try and fight. They should have known that the other team had a better item advantage, seeing that there's 3 mythics finished. And yeah, but they go in for the fight anyway, and they lose it quite badly. Not much more to say about that one.
Expected, I think, is the word that you can use.
Ooh.
Just an expected out. As Loza 3 levels down now on SSD, and it's just getting worse and worse the longer this game goes on. You know, 10,000 gold lead for NSG. LPM really have to try and sit back, have to try and farm up, just not really take any fights.
Oh, Kaido with another Chad play, misses all the CC.
But it's okay because his Q does 400 or 500 damage.
How many stacks? Let's do a stack check.
Stack check.
120 stacks.
That's a
not bad. 200 AP right now.
Oh, direct to camera just deciding to show Loz and misplacing that W on the minion wave.
But it's fine. Really, she should probably be trying to freeze this minion wave where possible near to her tower, just so she can get as much XP and gold, deny as much from the enemy team as possible. You know, LPM don't have to be fighting for these Drakes. They still have at least 10 minutes-ish before they are actually going to need to fight for a Drake, and it's only the Cloud Soul, not the most impactful of souls anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, and Hampy deciding trying to take the ward, and Atomica just using the green gun, the range, using the fact that that is a near Caitlyn range as
Also,
forward. interesting use of the E. There's the ultimate coming out from SSD, the showstopper, and he's just got to try and run down Loza. Can't get the kill because the W is not that strong. With no shield,
No
Loza
damage
manages to
taken.
get away.
Yeah, I wish I could Floz's building items as she goes. She has 600 odd gold. I think she needs 650. She should be able to build a component
Yeah,
now.
but SSD potentially caught out here. There's the Everfrost. It is landed. There's the EQ, and Jesus, that's so much damage. But the kill being donated over to the Vigar, I think, at this moment in time, the incorrect play to give the kill over to the Vigar, but it's not hurtful at all. Um,
It's
but
fine.
still,
Anyone but the Jarvan.
yeah, really. Thinking more the Aphelios, try and get him that closer to that second item. Not sure he's got to go. He does have, well, Tamaka does have multiple options. Can go Collector if he wants to try and, you know, get those 5% executions, or can go Lord Dominic's because of Set and Thresh. We'll obviously see what the choice is, but double longsword can pivot into both of those items.
Yeah, I might have liked to see something like a Runans even. Um, there should be multiple people in front trying to jump onto him, so that would be pretty useful. He could build the one that slows and gives you. Oh,
Yeah,
but
oh,
that's a kill. Because
yeah,
there's not much
probably
health on the enemy team, so Lord Doms loses a lot of the usual value that it gets you. So you could make an argument for the other armor penetration item that provides you slows on your auto attacks.
the Cerelia's Grudge.
That one, yep.
Yeah, what an item. All my homies love Cerelia's Grudge. As Loza, oh, that's a nice pullback from SSD, denying the E from Loza, and Loza has a long way to her tower. Probably forgetting that does not have a tier 1, trying to run back to that tier
Probably
1
should have called
rumble.
the ult already, but
Yeah, and
choosing to
there's
save it, definitely going to go down. We'll have the ult for a potential team fight, though.
I think that's a big win. I mean, not a big win, but a positive you can take for LPM, which is that Ornn ultimate. If Ornn decides to, pull the trigger on the ultimate, there, it's down for the next team fight. That could potentially be a Baron, as Tomic is deciding to use about 7 different auto attacks onto the wind wall, and he's going to use the red gun to kite out, and the shutdown going over to the Karma.
Honestly, she doesn't have a mythic yet. That's not the worst of things that could have happened. Can definitely help keep alive. Ooh, Kaido could be in trouble.
Oh, that's a nice Cataclysm there to try and peel for Kaido from Jarvan, but that's the best that you're going to get. There's the zap, and there's multiple Q auto attacks. The double kill going over to the Jinx, and the Ornn now pulling the trigger on the ultimate. Half the team is dead. The Aphelios is still not moving from the bot side, just trying to farm up. Guess realizing that there's not really much to work with on the top side. And Ornn falls next. There's the flash by Wolflugis to try and deny Lekka, but he just has 7,000 different dashes because he is Diana. And there's the double kill, and Aphelios don't think can do much in terms of defending the inhibitor. So the inhibitor does go down to NSG in 20 minutes in a 13k gold lead, and it's looking very, very dire for LPM.
Yep. Positives. You've lost an inhib. You can get more gold and more experience. Just try and keep that wave close by to where you're safe. Try and ward up in the jungle around it. You're not going to be getting any dragons. You're not going to be getting any barons. At this point, I'd probably wait for the Elder to go for a fight, unless you can get a really easy pick, because you just need the gold. We interestingly have a somewhat tank Vigar build, which I don't like. Fimbulwinter, part of the reason it's so strong is because of the shields that it provides on slows and immobilizers, but slows only work for melee champions, so it's only Vigar's immobilizers that will provide him the shield. So it's only that Everfrost, and if someone walks into the wall of his cage, probably not going to be getting that many shields from it. And he's not building that much health, so I mean, the bonus mana will convert into health, sure. He'll be a bit tankier, but...
Oh, and the Tomika caught here, pushed up a little bit too far. Probably going to try and root. There's the use of the ground some slow, but it's not going to be enough. I'm Your Joy just deciding that just auto-attacking him down, really.
Ooh, there's a stun from Kaido.
There's the root. The airborne, but Jovi rooted up too long to not be able to use that last breath. No Aphelios, though, for LPM, so... NSG are going to look towards that Baron. No vision for LPM really anywhere. they only really have vision just outside their own base, so
Yeah,
just
LPM. I mean, the only thing you could, I mean, I suppose Hampy could attempt a miracle steal on this one, but you definitely not want to fight around it. You know, your Ornn doesn't even have a full item yet. Um, Just got to be close. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be trying to go for the Sunfire Cape. So far behind, just finish the, Frozen Gauntlet, whatever it's called now.
yeah.
Is this
Don't
solo
want
queue? No, this is not solo queue. But it's being played right now very much like solo queue.
yeah, it's very sad. Yeah, but NSG just completely controlling the game from the invade, just knowing where Hampy was gonna path, knowing where Hampy was gonna go, thanks to the vision in the jungle, and then from there on, it has just been that they have just controlled the game really. Uh, from there, Lecker has been all over the place supporting his lanes.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, LPM have been putting up a fight. They've been getting a few picks here and there, but overall they've just been losing more than they've been gaining. Um,
yeah, absolutely.
Still,
Every play they go for.
worth saying, it's not a super clean game. Oh, there's a Cataclysm, locks the Jinx in place. But
Oh,
I
that's a big
think...
one. Oh, no, that is a big order,
Oh,
but it's not really
Joy
much. As
was
Joy
not
is
in
just
range of the ult,
yeah, and
and that would be the
that's
end of
very
the
sad.
game.
Yeah,
Wait,
absolutely. And that last team fight, just a bit of a split focus from LPM. I think there is Kaido and Hampy tried to, I think, go forward, and Loza also tried to go forward, but then Atomica and Buffalo, or Atomica just trying to kite backwards, trying to generate some space for himself. Cannot really do anything, and there goes the Nexus, and it's game 1 to NSG.
game 1 to NSG, indeed. I'm gonna say, I hope that next game we get maybe a different tank in the top lane if Loz is gonna be on a tank again. Um, I'm not sure the um Ornn was the best pick. She didn't look that comfortable on it, and I think if they had a better top lane matchup, then it's more stable there, and the game would be closer. As it was, the mid lane was jumping each way, and honestly, the bot lane was just decided by the fact how many ganks there were. So I think there's definitely room for Pogmore to win game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Then it all depends how well they take sort of the lessons from the loss. See if the draft is any different. Obviously, I know, but I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, if the lessons can be taken well and taken right, then LPM definitely can look to punish NSG. As you said, not the cleanest game. There were quite a few little misplays from NSG, but overall, comparing to LPM, just LPM, I think after that fight in the jungle or after that fight in the river, where they tried to fight when they couldn't, and Jinx got the second triple kill because he obviously got the first one and then got the second one.
Yeah.
I think from then on, the game was sort of out of the reach of LPM, despite no matter what picks they made. Just Jinx being so far ahead at that point with a Diana Yasuo combo, so far ahead as well, is just a little bit too much to ask for. But yeah, we'll move on to game number 2, really, and see if LPM can stay spirited in their resolve and uh, and look to exploit those little misplays.
No, we have some big differences in game 2. We've got Loza on the Mundo, LPM on the
Strength, please.
blue side, NSG on the red side. Loza on the Mundo, this is a bit of an easier tank. It'll be interesting to see whether she knows how to use the cleavers with regards to the minions and minion wave. But that's one we should just keep a bit of an eye on. Also, she didn't seem that well piloting the Ornn, so playing against it, we'll have to keep an eye on that. SSD as the Ornn for NSG. Campy has a bit more of has another ganking jungler, but one that's going to scale into a tank towards the later game on the Zac. Whereas Lekka on NSG has an early game jungler this time, one that's very good at ganking early with the Xin Zhao and buy a lot of space as well. The mid lane matchup, Kaido on Pyke against Jovi's Ari. Mid Pyke, something we've not seen in a very long time, got quite a few nerfs and such. So interesting to see how that's going to do. Atomica and Buffalo Goose for LPM have a Kai'Sa Pantheon bot lane, one that's very strong early, so something that can definitely snowball, especially when it's up against something like NSG's bot lane, which is, of course, Zappy Girl and Potion, whatever. I forget their names. They're too new. Renata, that's the support. The support's
Very and
Renata, and
Renata.
Zeri's the. I like Zappy Girl and Potion
Can
Woman.
I have a stream on Discord, please?
That's a yes. I thought it would stay up. I thought that's how it worked generally,
Oh,
but no, I guess
Sag.
not. And tell me when you can see it, and then
Yeah,
we'll
I can
kick
see.
off. Okay,
Okay,
and in we
so
go. So places to look out for is definitely the bottom half of the map. I mean, the top lane's a tank v tank. Even if one tank starts to get ahead, they shouldn't really be able to bully the other tank too hard. Whereas this mid lane matchup, if that goes one way, it's gonna swing really hard one way. Same with the bottom, a bot lane matchup. If this Pantheon Kai'Sa falls behind, there's still a chance they have to kill the enemy bot lane. But if they get ahead, the enemy bot lane essentially is not allowed to play the game.
yeah, absolutely. And LPM looking for a bit of an invade here.
Yeah, this
All
is a
5
good start.
members are there, and there's the flash. There's the stun. Is there going to be anything though? I'm enjoy forced to flash out and heal as well.
Now,
So
big win here for LPM spot lane. You get the early flash, and that's always good for you, because Pantheon can get into range without flashing for that W to start off the fight, and that's basically what you need. You need to be able to start the fight off where the enemy AD carry can't flash away. Um, so taking that is, even though it looks like it's a straight trade for trade of flashes, is actually just a win for the Pantheon.
I mean, it's also a win for the bot lane in general, really, because they also got the heal. So
Yeah.
no heal, even if they catch out tactical on the Renata, they can make a play because there is no heal. The ignite coming down as well.
Oh, they've shown
Oh,
themselves though. If
very
LPM's bot lane had just sat in that bush, they probably could have got a really nice early kill, honestly.
yeah, absolutely. But just getting a little bit too greedy for how many bushes they wanted to go through. Trying to get up into that third bush, trying to get behind the NSG bot lane.
And Zeri
But
is turbo weak early in these first few levels. They should just be going for these Ws straight up.
yeah, just abuse the fact that Zeri cannot really do much, doesn't have flash or heal as well.
Yep,
So
you don't even need the level 2. Personally, I would have gone in level 1 as soon as you could get the health advantage, and then in level 2 you can just go for the kill.
yeah, absolutely an NSG, respecting the fact that level 2 was reached first by the LPM bot lane. And backing off when applicable. As just gonna point it out there for myself. Kai'Sa got all 12 minions in the first 2 waves. Just CS God. I am
Very
Chovy in
good.
the AD carry. Chovy in the AD carry position. And
The other thing I'd like to see is the Pantheon roam to the mid lane pre 6. You can definitely punish something like the Ari pre 6. If your flash is up, you can flash W for an almost instant W, so she can't charm you. And if Pike can bait out the charm, even better. You can just walk up to her and do it.
yeah, oh, and Loz has been engaged upon here on the Delta windows. There's the E4 by Kaido. He does miss the hook. As Loz managed to be able to get out because direct to camera obviously didn't think it was good enough to watch. But this is the new Action Pike skin as well, which I thought would be interesting to pick up on because it looks really cool. um, it's just
Yeah.
probably one of the better skins that Riot have released, especially for the new Mythic Essence thing. But yeah, thought I'd pick up on that little point. As Loza going to utilize that spell immune, forced a flash. Actually, I think that's a good flash. Would have died if there wasn't a flash.
Yeah, so we've
So
not seen the few big things that it's important to note with Mundo. The first one is the canister that he drops when he gets CC'd. Takes a bit of his health. When you pick it back up, he heals that health. So we should be seeing... oh, there's an engaging bot lane.
there is an engaging bot lane, but there is the W available for Tactical. As the Void Seeker is actually blocked
Oh,
by
but there's
Annual Druid,
4.
but Jovi and Lekka is here, so they're now going to go for the kill, and he's going to fall as well, and it's just losses all over the map for LPM. Ornn picks up the solo kill. Leka picks up the kill onto Atomica, and I'm Your Joy picks up the kill onto Buffalo Goose. And 3 quick kills for NSG. Ooh, that's not good for LPM.
No, definitely not. Thankfully, Zeri's still weak in the early game. Can continue with this. Ooh, big trade in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage from Kaido, but Leka Bezig is here to try and help his mid laner. Just really cover for him, kind of help try and clear that wave a little bit. Is Kaido now going to look again for the hook? He's going to manage to hit it, but
Ooh, when
can't
he hit
follow up that level 6.
6. Um, yeah, big thing for the Pantheon as well. There was so people forget this, but Pantheon does not gain damage on his Q by charging it. All you do is it goes further. You actually are given advantages for not charging it because you get some of the cooldown back if you just tap. Um, so in that trade, we saw him charging. We saw Buffalo Goose charging a Q at almost melee range. That was actually within Q range. He could have just tapped it, got some of the cooldown back, and guaranteed the hit. Ooh,
There's like a
Leka.
Bezig managed to get hooked there, and Hampy has come in. Kaido is going to pick up that kill onto the Zinza. Got to tank up a turret, so is Hampy as well. Buffalo Goose is there, and the Void Seeker's got a hit, but not going to be enough for the kill on the Kai'Sa, on the Ari, I should say, for the Kai'Sa.
Okay.
And, ooh, it's,
So Jovi
also,
did back up here, but I would have liked to see Buffalo Goose just walking straight towards that tower, starting to charge the Q because his flash was about to come off cooldown. He could have flashed for the instant Q. They might, unless the enemy team was timing it perfectly, they'd probably be like, Pantheon has no flash. It could have maybe scared or got the flash out from the Ari, which would still matter. She's not level 6 yet. And if the flash does come out, then Kaido can quite easily, W, E forwards and ult. Secure the kill.
yeah. Obviously, just trying to those little plays, isn't it? You can get those little advantages on. There's the charging Q. A little bit of poke from the Pantheon support. Nothing, something you don't
Yep.
really attribute to Pantheon.
Yeah, the poke's not too... Oh,
Oh,
big
there's the
trade.
horn. There is the airborne, but the spell immune coming off cooldown and the ultimate burnt by Loz is just going to use that to escape. And
Interestingly, I don't know if the ultimate restacked the canister or if it just happened to come off cooldown there. If it just happened to come off cooldown, she probably didn't need to ult because of the health regain. Ooh,
yeah, that's a nice slow from Kaido, but the time up tonic on Jovi's runes, you saw the health come back straight away after using the cutting potion, and like a Bezig is here, forcing out the flash from the pike. Can't do anything in the hook. It's going to land, but
ult from
going to land on
Ari's
something.
quite good.
Yeah, very much so. And you can see the Zac in the top side waiting. There's the flash charm from Jovi. Jovi, I should say, not Jovi. Jovi, and he manages to pick up the nice mechanical kill.
Yep.
The flash charm. Very nice mechanics. As Atomica and Buffalo Goose potentially call out here, but both former CCs miss. Atomica may be forced to flash it or forced to burn heal. Maybe.
Meanwhile in top
That's something we
lane.
don't see. We actually don't see that. It doesn't burn any summoner spells though.
Yeah, nice hold.
Patience. Yeah, really, really good patience there from Atomica as Loza forced to back away yet again in this top side, and it's just doubling the CS lead now on the Ornn.
Go and
Oh, double is
engage.
there. Oh, there's the big flash, but look at this split focus bubble gets onto I'm Your Joy. Forced him away actually, and that's good. From the Pantheon, Kaido picking up the kill, and Atomica getting the main share of the cut. So that's really big for LPM getting it onto those 2 damage dealers. And good zonal control by Buffalo Goose there, just to make sure that I'm Your Joy could not attempt to help Tactical or get down that damage. So the Renata was pretty much a free kill.
Yeah, we can see actually LPM doing a bit better this game. Holding up their end better. The most disparity between the two teams right now is in the top lane. Loz are struggling yet again. I have a feeling just not that practiced with or against Ornn potentially. I noticed a few of the things were standing too close to the wall, so that Ornn could get the knock up without using the Q first. And small things like that. So those things will come in time with playing top lane. She is new to playing top lane.
Yeah, gotta give a little bit of time to adapt to a new role. You know, I mean, Atomica's been doing that every season, I'm pretty sure. Uh, you know, played support, then I went mid, then I play AD carry. What's next on the agenda? Looking at the
Yep.
jungle wall.
Force the
As-
ult out of Ari.
yeah, the Spirit Rush before season there. It's a good dodge on the hook, I should say, as Happy passive is not going to be burnt yet, as Lekka Bezig is hovering around this mid lane, making sure that Jovi is safe to sort of step up, collect that final minion, and is now finally spotted
Oh,
out.
that's a really nice hook.
That is a
Oh,
very nice hook, and there is
oh,
the
it wasn't
ultimate, but
quite
it's not
enough.
enough. And that's a bit of a misplay. The ignite not ticking as fast as he wanted to, as Hampy managed to get the Q slow, but not gonna manage to do anything with it. So that's going to become lightning. Gonna miss. Like a Bezig. Has to be very careful here. Hampy still has that attack passive, and there is the challenging smite, and Hampy not in range of the tower.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and there is the kill. Lekka Bezig, I think, playing that one extremely well. There, just utilising that challenging smite, that extra damage reduction. There, the Mundo ultimate again burned under tower, not in an aggressive manner, in more of a defensive manner.
So another thing I noticed was as well hasn't, or at least I haven't seen her using the Mundo Cleaver as a poke spell. The way you can actually do it is if you hit a minion that's about to die, so that your cleaver kills it, it sends the cleaver slash minion really far, flying basically. Yes, Atomica is casting his own game.
Who asked that in the chat? Of course I'm casting my own
Winds
game.
Resolve.
Yeah, of course I'm casting my own game. Hello.
Yeah, we can have an
I
Atomica
I
game
can.
without him casting it. Um, it's
No.
more just nice for me to have someone, especially when I'm going to come back in a few hours and cast more.
Yeah. Give you a give you a bit of a mental edge. But it is it's not going as bad for LPM this game. 12 minutes in, still relatively within the game is still relatively within their control.
Yeah,
In
it's
the mid
about 2,500 gold lead right now, which is still sizable, but um, this time they have the Drake advantage.
Maybe almost picking up the kill there. Look how we both went ooh on that charm as it connected from the Ari. And
Yeah, she didn't throw down the ignite or the ultimate, so maybe just not realizing how much damage she was going to do. Could have chased for that.
oh, and there is the slingshot coming in as Hampy takes the entire
Oh,
wave with that ultimate, forcing out the rush, and that is a big cooldown for Hampy to burn. So very well played from the Zac there, utilizing that ultimate, getting rid of the wave, and just absolutely turbo. Well, really, just he's ganking. Hampy is ganking the mid lane when Spirit Rush seemingly is coming off of cooldown. So it must be really good timing from Hampy there, just to constantly be ganking, trying to get the Spirit Rush off cooldown as the Orn Horn comes down. There's the passive, constantly going down. Loza, no, well, not even burning the ultimate. Good hold on that ultimate there. Not panic burning.
so one thing I'm going to say, I have no idea why Loz has built a Bramble Vest, or rushed a Bramble Vest. If it's for the grasp healing, the grasp is not enough to warrant a like 1,000 gold investment. Ooh, early flash.
Yeah, oh, that was very nice from Kaido there, utilizing the ignite, not allowing SSD to play around, lack of vision or no vision in bushes, and using that ultimate just to execute 500 gold as Happy and Buffalo Goose are gonna look for a gank onto
Pulling
Jovi.
Jovi back. Onto the tower.
Wow, that's a lot of damage, but Buffalo Goose forced to flash away. Not enough damage, and there's
Zerk.
the Berserk, and they're gonna start attacking each other. Tactical going under the tower, but it's not enough
2 shots.
to really do anything. As Hampy now getting all his health back up thanks to that passive, and there's the flash from Jovi. He's gonna hit the charm. And he's a W, and there's the ignite and everything going forward. And Zeri's now the ultimate to fight in the 1v1 against Atomica. Atomica using that ultimate there. There's the Gale Force, and the Q, the Acathian Rain, just gonna be enough to allow them to trade 1-for-1 in the bot lane. And no summoner spells burnt by either Iddy Carry.
Alts were used. Wait, both of them had heal and neither healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, there's an ult back from Buffalo Goose. Not expecting Jovi to go to the side there.
Yeah, and Buffalo Goose now probably caught out there. Even with the extended E, it's not going to be enough to. It is not going to be enough to keep him alive, and he falls after utilizing that. That's why, and there's the TP. Not sure why, but a lot of damage before Loza did TP up to the top lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that TP was for. Oh,
Probably an attempt to defend the tower as the Renata W does go down onto Jovi. Probably is going to wait as they actually now
Lekker's being
LPM.
taken low.
Yeah, but the Gore Drinker healing, no anti-heal on anyone. As Lekker Bezig's managed to get that Gore Drink onto 2, and Loza got a fall in the top side on 2-1-0 now. And Atomica building the Gale Force, so doesn't have that extra true damage as well to try and deal with the more tankier members of NSG.
It's true, does have the extra dash, so could help. Oh, I'm your joy actually going in for a trade here. The W is missed by Atomica. It's a lot of damage being traded down. Flash is being traded.
Yeah, both then finally using some of the spells, but Zeri, obviously, utilizing the engage and the ultimate, extra little bit of damage is there to win out in the 1v1. So the Kai'Sa, well, Atomica losing in that 1v1 there. Very sad.
Yeah,
The missed Void Seeker was the big thing. The good dodge by the Zeri. Well, good dodge by I'm Your Joy to pick up that kill as Jovi is going to fall to the Pike ultimate. The depth from below. As Kaido now is going to use that ultimate to try and slow down Lekker Bezig. Like, Kaido getting very confident in what he can do. As there's the Berserker. It's going to hit onto anyone. It's going to hit onto the Pantheon, but only going to get one auto attack in. Not an effective use of that Renata ultimate, but
I will say as well, unfortunately, there's not much magic damage realistically on the side of LPM. I mean, sure, Kai'Sa will do a tiny bit, and you've got the Zac and Mundos, but they don't do all that much. Yeah, this all is just gonna stack a fuck ton of armor and be hard as hell to kill.
yeah, absolutely. And not really much that any member of LPM can do. On will just face tank. And pretty much everything that they throw at them. And not really take any damage. So it's going to be... It's going to be one of those that LPM have to try and deal with the rest of NSG. And then focus the Ornn in the later stages of the team fight when if they manage to, I should say, pick off the Ahri or the Zeri.
So, asking about later what we're gonna be watching, we have Fuji Assassins versus Niflheim or Niflheim, Blair Brain, and Ascension versus Potato Esports will be done later. And maybe if we get to it, we might have Girl versus Niflheim. But that's a lot of games. So not sure if we'll reach that one. Buffalo Goose face checking Lekker. There's a knock up. A lot of damage being thrown in, but the Crescent Guard doing so much work right now. Tactical does get the ultimate off, and the Berserk actually means that Joy is going to be able to take down Atomica. Kaido almost getting that kill, and the Zac will eventually go down. It's a quadra kill to the Zeri.
Can I just point out the fact that Berserk works in a way that you auto-attack the closest thing to you? Yeah, I still walked towards my team and then or tried to auto-attack despite the fact they went in my auto-attack range. Therefore meaning that Riot Spaghetti wins the day. And I'm still angry about that, despite the fact it happened last patch.
I think I can't remember if it's purposefully you're not able to attack the enemy team or not.
You are allowed to, it's just that apparently the rest of your team have to either be dead or off Summoner's Rift for that to take place.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, a nice pickup onto the Zeri from the Pantheon. A shutdown means he'll be able to get some much needed damage. I'll be interested to see what he decides to build into.
Yeah.
There's a few things.
As well, but the Executioner's Calling was picked up first by Buffalo Goose as well. I understand because of the Xin Zhao healing on the Gore Drinker, but I mean, I'm not sure who else heals.
Ahri has a little bit of healing. I suppose it would cut down Renata's revive healing, but that's a really tenuous reason to pick it up. Again, I think they've seen the healing of the Xin and thought we need something to handle this. Really don't. I'd have preferred to just see a straight up build into whatever item he was going to build. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
People may say anti-heal is broken, guys, but don't just pick it up first without thinking, do I need anti-heal? Joy going in for the
Absolutely.
trade again. Atomica in a lot of trouble here, but we're not going to get to see that. Kaido trading with Jovi.
Because of the 1v1, as the charm does land there, is the ultimate and everything burnt and Ari solo kill. And yeah, it's maybe Atomica should have gone for the AP Kai'Sa build rather than the AD. At this stage,
Uh,
knowing that they had a Pike and Zac.
Actually, the probably should have gone from the start, knowing that you've got a Pike and a Pantheon on your team.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and especially it would swap your damage profile of your bot lane, so you have both. Oh, Hampy
Hampy, yeah,
gonna
caught
fall.
out and died. And yeah, it's a bit of a rough game to watch because whenever NSG do something actually really good and really nice, as Kaido does manage to almost pick off like a Bezic, but he's going to use that ultimate, and Tonka can't really do much. And there is the Berserk. They're all attacking each other. Tonka down to half HP now because of that, just about dodging the charm. And that ward there is Jovi. He's now going to use that Spirit Rush to dodge the Pike ultimate. Not ultimate, sorry, the Pike stun. As Kaido now
Oh,
is on top of your Joy, forced to use the heal to survive. Atomica now is going to use that. Oh wow, that was very nice.
killer instinct to the side to dodge the charm. Good
Mechanics.
prediction.
AD carry mechanics there.
Does have the
But
Gale Force as well, so could choose to chase if wanting to, but looks like they're not going to. SSD is just, cosplaying a Tryndamere, almost perma pushing the side lane.
I mean, they have two people attacking
Oh,
this on. He's not even half HP, and Kaido has just been
misses the ult,
killed.
in fact, and
And there's the second one.
I think he missed almost everything there, actually, and it was mostly the Sunfire damage.
That is so sad to watch. Just an Ornn uh, being an Ornn.
Ornn being on this far into the game, just, yikes. You feel like anti-heal's useless, especially into Yumi and Soraka. I mean, the problem is you need to build it into Yumi and Soraka to cut it, but it also doesn't really do that much. Didn't Zac sold his mythic? Uh, didn't he have Chem Tank at some point? I don't remember seeing a Chem Tank.
So this mythic, sorry.
Zac.
No, I don't think so.
No, yeah, I don't think he had a Chem Tank. Oh, there's the Berserk.
And that's a big Berserk. Got to hit onto Freeze like it does. He's got to take out Kaido, and Hamby's got onto I'm Your Joy, but the Renata in the top is there. And a little bit late to the party, but not going to be enough. Trying to Gale Force away, using the Killer Instinct just to survive that a little bit longer, and it's a triple kill for the Zins out. And as you said, the Ornn cosplay in Tryndamere. Constantly pushing this side lane, being a nuisance, forcing a response from LPM. They're just being sort of hung, drawn, and quartered all over Summoner.
I think Renata has a bit of the Yumi problem where if your team's ahead, she's ridiculously oppressive. And if your team's really far behind, it just feels like she does nothing. What's the slight difference with that is I feel Renata might actually be easier to play than Yumi.
Yeah,
Weirdly
absolutely.
enough.
Definitely is.
She's
Oh,
so strong, and the thing is, it's just two of her abilities are ridiculously strong, and one of them's a point or click on someone getting low. Ooh.
Atomica getting a nice double kill there. Hampy using the Q to make sure that Ari did not kind of body block that Void Seeker. But, now we see Hampy go on to I'm Your Joy, but Atomica is being forced out by Leka Bezig, and Atomica can't do anything. There's the Ornn Horde. Gonna be enough to pick up the kill onto the Kai'Sa. And
Lots has been inconspicuous in all of these fights. I don't feel like the Mundo was the right pick. I mean, I don't know what the bans were, but I think I would have liked to see something like a Malphite, something very easy where your point is you just point click R on the back line, try and be around your team,
yeah,
and
absolutely. And
yeah,
yeah, just be there in the fights, really, I think is the big one. Because as you said, Loz being inconspicuous. I think this is the first time I've seen the Dr. Mundo in a fight this match. Or this game, I should say, as Lozic just gets ran down by the Zeri. SSD does manage to pick up the kill with the pillar. And it's all onto Hampy, Atomica, and Buffalo Goose to defend the inhibitor. There's the big
Double
airball
knockup.
with the pillar. But I'm Your Joy does get shut down by Buffalo Goose, and Atomica flash away. But I don't think there's much damage you can do. The 4-mail dealing so much work in terms of the damage. Atomica still trying to be part of the fight.
It's got to be very careful. Jump forwards.
Yeah.
There we go.
And there's the death on 1 HP finally. There's the flash charm, the ignite spirit rush. And that, I think, is the end of the game as Kaido actually is going to go out. And there is the hook. Does manage to find it. The death from below. Enough to pick up that kill there, but Kaido got to try his best to defend the inhibitor. Oh, not the inhibitor, sorry, the Nexus turrets. And Loz are now the last one standing. 15 seconds on the closest ally. So 10 seconds now onto the Zac, but the 2 tanks have to try and deal with the 3 tanks, but there's no minion wave.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to back off and wait to end this game. Yeah, they have no reason to rush, you know. They've got the scaling pretty much on their side. They can just wait for a Drake. They could just go pick up the Baron now. Why didn't they take top inhib? Yeah, I mean, they should have, but who knows? Macro is not the forte of the River League. Don't worry about that one. I'm sure we'll have more of that to come in future games. Turketal, the Berserk.
Yeah, it was just the attempt.
So, you know what I think would make Renata like within balance levels? Make her W a skill shot. You literally have to throw it at your ally and hit them. So that for them to get, you know, the attack speed and the possibility to the revive, you actually have to be somewhat close to them and hit them first with the skill shot.
Yeah, and there's the end of the game though. NSG taking a nice quick 2-0, I think there.
Yeah.
Was it a 24-minute game and a 26-minute game?
Yeah, both under 30, fairly speedy games, and a nice 2-0 for them. I think that might put them within range of being confirmed for playoffs, or it's putting them close, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah, the second game was one of those. I think LPM just sort of played what they wanted because it was a bit of a solo QS comp, you know, Pantheon support, trying to win the lane. They sort of played for the lanes rather than playing for the game and how the team worked together.
You don't think Renata is that big of a problem? The problem with Renata is against very specific team comps, and especially if you get your team gets slightly ahead in the game, she becomes so just ridiculously oppressive that it's kind of like it gets to the levels of, you know, when a Yi with 5 items is in the game, and you happen to have a team with no CC, or you happen to have a team with no CC, the enemy team locks in Yi last, which is, yeah, slightly a bad draft problem, but also Renata could be picked up in so many more situations. You know, she doesn't care about if the enemy team has a lot of CC or not, or anything like that. She's specifically looking for teams that aren't gonna one-tap your team, so that she can easily get her W off and buy a lot of time for her AD carry. She's looking for teams that can't easily dodge out of her ultimates. And things like that. There's just good drafting macro. The problem is there's no other champs that compare to the level of just free stuff she gets for almost doing nothing. Like, compare it to Lulu. Lulu was the old Renata in my eyes, where you could lock in a Lulu and you're essentially not that reliant on what the enemy team does. It's all sort of to do with how you play with your team, and if you get ahead, it feels impossible to kill the AD carry when they've got a Lulu protecting them. And when you've got when there's a Renata on the enemy team, it feels almost impossible to dive the back line because you just cannot get anywhere near it because of her ultimates, because of the W, because of her, like, grab people and throw them in a direction away. It's just a reward for playing well. But that's the problem. She just presses W on someone. That's not particularly playing well. Her ult's really wide ranged. You know, it's not like it's the width of a Lux ult or something where she actually has to aim it at someone. She just has to choose a general direction. I will say, she is weak when you are behind. When the team is behind or equal, she is quite weak. The problem is just the way she's set up is when the team is ahead, she makes it almost impossible to win. And for a support character, that's not a good thing to have on them. If it was any other character, that would be fine, because, you know, that character has to interact, they have to actually get the team ahead by themselves, which is kind of hard when, you know, their champion is so... most of their strength is thrown into their team being ahead. It's hella slow. Yeah, it is hella slow, but imagine you're trying to get towards the back line, towards, like, Renata and a Jinx or something, and Renata just ults in your general direction. It's so wide, you actually have to spend a good second walking to the side to dodge it. And that's just a second of straight CC she's basically just bought for you against the entire enemy team. Cleanse or QSS, yeah. That's what the pros do. Renata's still considered strong by them. And they all take cleanse against her. But anyway. Yeah, enough about Riot and their somewhat questionable decisions on balancing. There was a... I don't think you can say she's easier than Yuumi. I'm trying to think of what the difference is. I think Yuumi has a harder lane phase if you actually want to play a Yuumi well. Because if you want to play Yuumi well, you can't just sit on your AD carry. You can actually use her to poke, in which case you need to interact. But Renata's poke in lane phase isn't quite as interactive. It's on the same level of sort of like bullshit interactions. Like, I'll admit that the W is a lot weaker than a lot of people think it is. The W is actually not that strong, apart from the enemy team. It puts them off killing the person, when even if the person has W on, you should just kill them. Because the like Scion passive version of the enemy character is not as strong as the normal one. Yuumi can still poke from on AD carry, yeah, but then she runs out of mana like instantly. Renata doesn't. But anyway, yes, I need to go back to work, and I'll be back later with more games. Probably NSG Fuji and the other one that I said, Ascension Potato. Thank you guys for coming and watching. We'll be back in approximately 2 hours and 2.5 hours. Yeah. See you then.